What is going on? I'm Zedmod. You know the drill by now. That is code Zedmod over there in your creator boost. Now, not enough of you asked for the Brawl Stars skin, so if you play Brawl Stars, do hit me up in the comments. Looking to do a giveaway on that. Season 52, down there in that bottom right-hand corner, way down there. Getting closer. I know a bunch of you are stuck idling right now, really hoping that this Mega Crab is going to help solve that. I'm really hoping to do a sneak peek on this soon. Mega Crab, Halloween. This is my favorite Mega Crab, assuming that it has the scary mortars and the Dr. T lookalikes and the flying critters and all the rest of the things. We shall have to find out soon, though. I am preparing for Season 52 right now, and how I'm doing that, you might ask, is I am practicing my rifleman attacks. Ridiculous, little bit of a stretch perhaps, but it's hump day, and as much as we want to get warrior dudes out in loincloths packing a giant hammer around, we're going to get over hump day using riflemen, which is going to get us one day closer to Season 52 of Warships. And plus, it's pretty darn fun regardless of warships or no warships. So what we're going to do here is use that rifleman health tribe to its fullest. Also, do note, there is somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 hours of remote hack left. So if you're one of those people who does operation attacks, do consider getting all of your attacks in as soon as you possibly can. And what we are going to do is we're just going to get all of these dudes walking. Don't care about mines. There are so many riflemen out front that even if we lose a couple to those boom mines, don't care. Now, quick reminder for Season 52 of Warships is that Clone Riflemen, once they die, they don't follow flares. So there's a lot of potential here where we could somehow, some way, get our troops to split in two different ways, which a lot of people have requested the ability to get some form of a second flare, and that's exactly what you get with Clone Riflemen in a roundabout sort of way. The fact that they don't follow flares actually opens up all sorts of possibilities. Look at those riflemen burning through that shield. This person has at least 2 ice statues. They had a shield gen. Rifleman with that health boost is no joke. And frankly, attacking with all riflemen is one of my favorite ways to attack. There are so many different ways to get these troops out, and by the way, do check the cards. Where the heck are those cards? If you don't know what I'm talking about as far as Clone Riflemen, do not retreat, but do check the cards up there. Launching your troops with that vertical flag pattern is the best way to get your troops where you want them to be. And then we're going to go something like just dropping smoke everywhere willy-nilly, trying to clear some of these mines as my monitor once again turns off. I don't think that should affect you guys at all, but just shock. Only 2 shock launchers on this base should be fairly easy. Look at that rifleman health boost, keeping those dudes alive. So if you've never attacked with all riflemen, do give this a go. You probably want to be HQ 20 or higher to pull this off. Yes, you can do it at a lower level, and maybe we'll just do that in a second here. Trying to keep these sort of videos relevant for all headquarters of players. So if you considered signing out because you're like, dude, I am XP level 40 something, I've got HQ level 16 or 17 or something, there is no way I can do that. We will get there. We're going to get there in a second, but first we are going to get onto that hot pot, because if you've never put 200 and whatever the heck number of riflemen onto a hot pot, you have not lived. As we try to get all of our troops onto that there hot pot. Quick note, if that hot pot pops up at any point at all, this attack will not work. Your troops will not sit on the hot pot. And now we are going to throw a shock there and back in behind, just because why the heck not. Brick is shocked. We are losing all of our troops. need to be so careful when shocking that hot pot, and I was not careful enough. So when you're shocking a hot pot, you need to know that your troops are going to sit. Let's change our color here, friends and families. Your troops are going to sit. Oops, need to get rid of that grossness. Troops are going to sit. Why am I not getting any yellow here? They're going to sit down in this bottom right-hand corner, and I tried to shock like this and clearly did not do a good enough job. We have now lost, but because we did not use 3 times mode, oh, there's a challenge right there, we can go right back in and attack right away. So I am gonna do a 3 times mode attack, but we're not gonna do that right about now. We are gonna wait a second or two, then I will come back and try to smoke these guys back there with 3 times mode activated. Gonna flare back, get all of those troops nice and centered. You know what, I probably should flare about there first just to try to get these guys walking as skinny as we possibly can. And when I talked about that hot pot popping up, you don't have to have every hot pot not pop up. You just need to have the relevant hot pot not pop up. So we could throw critters towards the back, no concerns in that fashion, but we definitely need to shock here and get our troops going. Brick is going to pop out. There is what we were trying to do all along. That battle orders hot pot not popping up. By the way, you can have the hot pot pop up too, but your riflemen, even with that health boost, are going to have a bad time. Unless you keep the flare on the hot pot so the troops actually shoot the hot pot first. Not a great idea though. Anyways, we're going to collect that supply chest. We'll do one more attack. Please be something that I can do at 3 times mode. Okay, so we are going to clear all of these mines at regular times mode, and then I'm going to give this a go. I really don't expect this to go very well, but we're going to try, and we're going to try to get all of our troops up into there. We're going to try to get a battle orders and a shock and a... that was ridiculous. I definitely challenge you to go try to clear your map with 3 times mode enabled. That was my first time trying, and I'm sure it will get easier as I practice. It's kind of like practicing using warriors so that you get good at smoking Zookas, but my goodness, that was absolute insanity. We're going to go 3 times mode. We're going to get all of these troops out, and then maybe, just maybe, we can get underneath here and battle orders, and yeah, that is... I wish our opponent could see that we were using 3 times mode, because that is not a good use of troops. I think we gained, what did we gain, like 187,000 gold or something, and so not ideal. You don't want to be losing gold when attacking. So what we're going to do now is jump over to an HQ level 16-ish? 17. More low level. Now you see my victory points are ridiculously low. By having multiple accounts, you just can't keep your victory points up high on multiple accounts. I am not a great task force member in that my intel counts on my lower level accounts are very low. So apologies to all of my task force leaders and co-leaders and officers. Do my best, and I don't miss operation attacks, but I definitely am not ideal as far as the intel sides of things. Have been kicked from more than one task force, I will fully admit. So we are going to try to find our highest level opponent. I saw a 51 there. The fact that I can refresh them means they're probably even higher now. Come on, what do you got for us? Saw a 51. There's a 48. There's a 51. Let's stick with you. Let's give a scout. I'm going to guess they're going to be like 54. That is how often I attack. Ooh, this is too easy. This is like, you could beat this with just critters if you really wanted to. Why do you have blue statues if you have your base layout like that? Please, if you don't care about your victory points, get yourself some blue statues. It'll actually make your victory points go up higher because you'll attack more. Let's try to find, I think there's a 50 over about there. Let's see what Nicken has to say. There we go. So this base, Again, easy, easy, easy. We'll just walk through this just because I'm sick and tired of looking at these bases. We're going to drop in a nice straight line. If you're wondering why the seesaw, it just means that you end up getting your troops a little bit tighter than you would otherwise because you're just getting those troops folded on top of one another. There's probably a baking reference there. I don't know the reference itself. Also note, because this is HQ level 17, there are no tribes at play on this account. So we're staying with the whole goal of this, but not really getting all of the benefits. I do really, really like the fact that those buildings have all of the pumpkins around them. We're going to throw a shock about there. All of our troops are going to come out firing, and that should still be enough to take down the headquarters, but it's amazing how much easier critters make your attacks. Just having critters and or more statues and or tribes makes things so much better. So if you have not decided to rush your headquarters yet, maybe that's the answer that you need to get you thinking about rushing that headquarters, because my goodness, a rushed headquarters, extra statues, extra abilities, extra heroes, so good. We'll do one more hit. That is going to be enough for my hump day to get past all of the woes. And do we dare? Yep, I'm just going to drop all of these troops. We are not going to use any smoke for those side troops. We'll just slowly but surely send all of those troops underneath that smoke, trying to make our smokes perfect. I take way too much pride in having perfect smoke placement that I probably should, but look at those smokes. I can't even remember how wide smokes are, to be completely honest, but those are pretty darn good smokes. Now, what do we shock? I am going to shock this flamethrower because our riflemen will spread a decent amount. That shock launcher is not going to get all of them, just going to get a couple, and then we can get that battle orders out. Our troops will keep spreading. That shock launcher can't stop all of our troops. Definitely getting some of them, but the fact that they spread out nice and wide means we don't have to worry about shocking that shock launcher so much. Keep those details in mind when it comes to Season 52, because you will be able to distract defenses using those clone riflemen as they pop over and over again and stop following flares. Really looking forward to the start of this season, seeing if people jump into grenadiers or just stick with the clone rifles. I feel like flamethrowers will be a necessity. I don't even remember where flamethrowers are in the tree, but that's about all that you can use to stop clone riflemen's hot pot. Anyways, that's it for me. Let me know how things are going for you. No video yesterday because terrible weather, struggling with terrible weather, dark and dreary, and not being all that creative in ideas. So I shall talk to you soon. Mega Crab Warships coming soon. Get back in that game. Do your operation attack. Keep your sub diving. Keep booming those beaches. I'm Zedmont. Thanks for coming in. Peace. That sounded kind of spooky.